Welcome back. This week's What's Your Story brings us out to St. Mary Parish, where one man is working to preserve history right in his neighborhood.
Deep in St. Mary Parish, Highway 317 winds from Highway 90 down to the coastline. A ceiling of Spanish moss hangs down, while vibrant wildflowers line the roadways. And life, it seems, moves a little bit slower. The cars, however, do not. He didn't even slow down.
Obviously, a Dave Baker fan.
Hey, we saw there's a man out here who's working on his yard. He's got a beautiful piece of property. So we're gonna pull up. We're gonna see if he'd be interested in working with us today. Hi, how's it going? Daniel Phillips?
Afternoon, how you doing, Mr. Phillips?
I'm doing well with KATC. We're doing What's Your Story today. We're hoping maybe you tell us your story, a little bit about your family history. Beautiful piece of property.
Okay, we'll be able to walk in the front there.
Awesome. Meet Barry Pelche, a St. Mary resident who's grown up along 317.
You know, I want to say my grandpa, he bought this home around 1920.
He grew up across the street, but he's always been in the shadow of a house that's been there long before him.
It was built, I believe, somewhere around 1829, 1830, 30, somewhere around that area.
Known as the LRC Plantation, it's Barry's turn to keep the house up and running.
I was telling you, I was the only boy, so I was hung with it.
And that responsibility is a full-time job.
I don't want to, to get, run down anything, But it's a lot of work.
And all the chores needed to keep the house going keeps Barry busy as the bees that you can find in the old oaks.
They're pretty old. They're probably over 150 years old for sure.
Over a century old, the history of the house is built directly into the foundation. An old kettle for making syrup makes a fountain in the front, framed by azaleas and old oak trees. But it keeps on standing through the years, the trials, and of course in South Louisiana, the storms.
We got to watch that water because we got in the back, we got about a 5 or 6 foot levee. And when that water starts coming over that levee, you better watch it close and be ready to go.
And while life there is quiet now, it wasn't always.
And then they had people all the way down the road down there, So it was it was a lot of good playtime, when we was young.
Now it's Barry's kids who play in the yard, enjoying the country and the house that's watched over the family for generations. So we got out of his hair, but not before he sent us to Iberia Parish in Bayou Sally. I'm Daniel Phillips for KATC TV3.